visualization come into picture. The data visualization is the process of turning complex data sets into visual representations such as charts or graphs. To make the information more easier to understand and analyze, it turns raw data into stories, something like everybody can understand easily, enabling us make more informed decisions and quickly and effectively. In this session, we will explore more on hands-on and why data visualization is essential in today's data-driven world. We will also be discussing how data can help you convey your message more powerfully. We will also be diving into some of the popular tools used in data visualization like Python, Matplotlib, or Pandas, etc. By the end of this webinar, you will have a solid understanding of why data visualization is indispensable and how you can leverage these powerful tools to bring your data into life. I am Shanti Iyer, Senior Academic Associate at UniAthena, welcoming you once again for today's webinar on data visualization. Without further delay, let me introduce and welcome our panelist Mani Deepak Chowdhury, who is an assistant professor at SRM Institute of Technology, Chennai in India. He is an enthusiastic educator with 15 years of experience who had pioneered innovative teaching methodology, also accomplished researcher, specializing in technologies like Internet of Things, cybersecurity, machine learning, and deep learning. It's an honor to extend a warm welcome, Mr. Mani Deepak. Over to you. Thank you.
It's a great pleasure. I'm meeting again with UniAthena, the sister concern of Westford University, to go live on the webinar. And this time in a bigger manner through the advanced concepts like data visualization using Python. So let's move on with the topic. Data visualization. Data visualization, the term itself says visualizing the data. So how well the data can be presented visually. So based on the visual presentation, the data can be understood in more vibrant way, and it easily can we can interpret the data and provide more and more analysis through the visual presentation. So it's nothing but basically the graphical presentation of the information or the data which is being provided. So the data which we gather, the data which we acquire is not a small size of data. It will be huge amount of data in terabytes or petabytes. So to analyze such kind of data, these tools are readily available in Python, which made Python more interesting one rather than other languages where the visualization part is not available and it is being under research. So the data visualization, what it does is, even if we have more complicated data or complex data, it will transform it into a visual clue where a Navy user can easily understand it. So the primary goal is to make the data more accessible and more interpretable. That is, the interpretation part comes here more. So data visualization, when we say about data visualization, the only one language which comes to all our mind is Python, where Python has n number of libraries to provide such kind of visualization techniques. So various tools are available in this data visualization, starting with charts. So these charts we would have understand or we would have done through Excel, PowerPoint, Word. So how these charts are applicable as a visualization part in Python. So that we will see in our hands-on sessions. So pie chart, it's like ratio-based charts. Bar charts are like comparison charts. Line charts are like variations in a continuous manner. So this is about different type of charts. Different type of graphs like scatter plots, histograms, different type of graphical tools also available or maps also available like heat maps, geographical maps, like your Gmap or Google Map. That can also be incorporated in your data visualization. So basically, the next type is dashboards. So the one concept which dashboard can be uh, said as an example is about the Power BI concept, wherein you get n number of visualized tools which provides more visual clue or visual clarity on the data, and the presentation would be more enough. So before getting into this, I'll just recap what are the tools or visual tools available. So the visual tools are nothing but the charts, the graphs, the maps, and the dashboards. So the charts are nothing but bar charts, column charts. We will say different kind of charts, pie charts, and the line charts. The pie charts are related to your ratio kind of things. Bar charts for comparison of different algorithms. Line charts for continuous time data. If we have continuous series data, we can go for line charts. The graph scatter plot will provide us how well the data is being segregated. The histogram analysis will give the continuous range of the data. And the maps will provide the visual clue of geographical maps or the Google Maps what we use. And the heat maps will provide the correlation between, basically heat maps will provide the correlation between variables in the data in a two-dimensional way. So the last one is dashboard. As I said before, the dashboards are nothing but it's overview of your data. So over to Shanti ma'am for the poll. Is the poll is available, ma'am?
No, not now.
Yeah, okay. So the next part, what kind of data can be visualized? So we say data can be visualized, data can be visualized. What are the data which can be visualized? So one kind of data is numerical data. The another kind of data is categorical data. So numerical data. So can the participants answer what are the types of numerical data available or what are the types of data which is you heard in day-to-day life? I'm asking the participants about, I have said about the numerical data and the categorical data. So I got the answers. Numerical means numbers, okay. Integer float double, date of birth, numbers, age, height, okay. Numbers, nominal, ordinal. See, nominal, ordinal comes under your categorical data. Yeah, good. I got good number of answers. So let's see what type of data are numerical data, what type of data which we can visualize it. It is continuous data. So can I say that continuous data is nothing but the data which is keeps on going or growing. So that type of data is continuous data. The next type is discrete data. So discrete data is based on the intervals, the data will be segregated. The next type is categorical data. Categorical data is nothing but your binary data. What is binary data? Can anyone say? It's either 0 or 1, true or false. Your Boolean value is also binary data. Good, good, good. Okay. The next, what is nominal data? So this we would have seen in our mathematical scene. Nominal data, can anyone say? The ordinal is also there. It's nothing but categorize this data. Yeah, age, height, differential values are also nominal data. Okay, good. The next category is your ordinary data, the actual values, which we say, example, age, we categorize 10 to 20, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, like that. Names of states, we categorize that. So ordinary data can be of any type, right? So these are the data that the Python handles to visualize it. So data visualization is not particular to a single type of data. Your Python have n number of libraries which can visualize any kind of data, right? So the data must not be alone a value. It can be a file. It can be anything, right? So your data is nothing but it can be any type that the Python will take as input and visualize it and provide an interpretable way of getting the information from the data what you have. So this is about what are the type of data that can be visualized. So the one is numerical data, another one is categorical data. So this is about how data visualization can be done.
It was a very good introduction, Manideepak. So we have here around 500 learners plus with us for today's session. So we will go for a quick poll before you get into the proper this thing. So I'm launching a poll. I hope you all can see the first poll. What is Pandas? Is it a data visualization library or a data manipulation analysis? So this is actually, we will be covering in the second half of the session. So actually we will be doing, I'm getting n number of answers on in the poll. Almost 100% people are answering. I will wait in this screen for 1 more minute before I end the poll and give you the results. I'm getting all the answers from all the participants. What is Pandas? Whether it is a data visualization library or a data manipulation and analysis library. So now I will end the poll in 30 seconds. Out of around 510 participants, almost 250 participants already polled in this poll. I will wait for few more seconds because I'm getting a number of responses. I'm happy to see the responses.
The third one, they could answer with the way I have given the introduction.
Okay.
Also, we could.
Yeah, so we can give 1 more minute for polling the third question. Which of the following is the best suitable chart to represent the continuous data? You just gave introduction with the limited knowledge. Now they are polling, so I'm sure they will get a proper idea after the session.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I am just waiting. I can see almost all the participants are entering in our poll. I can see which of the following is the best suitable chart to represent continuous data. 46% people say line bar, 20% say bar graph, 11% say scatter. So it is getting 46% is the majority. So by the end of this session or mid of this session, they will get a proper idea for this question. Which one of the following is the best suitable chart to represent the continuous data? So I will end the poll now.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. So one thing is
Thank you.
for the continuous data participants, it's all about line chart. So the data will be represented continuously. So scatter plots doesn't provide a continuous data visualization. So line charts only will provide continuous type of data visualizations. So let's move on with the next. So this is how data, what kind of data, what is data visualization, whether only one kind of data is being visualized or any kind of data can be visualized. So such things are we have seen. Next, we are moving with the next topic, the type of visualization part, the major part. So as we see, the data visualization starts with line chart. So the diagram itself represents, it's a continuous thing. So any type of continuous data can be represented to line chart. Can you give the participants, I'm asking you, can you give an example for continuous data? Which data you consider as a continuous data? Let's see, we get any answers. Height is a continuous data, stock, okay, temperature, weight, time span, interest rate. Good. Good number of real-time examples I'm getting. So distance, yeah, distance is a continuous data. Rainfall data is a continuous data. Good. So this type of data can be represented through line charts, right? The next, area charts. So this chart represents the whole range of the data, or whole domain of the data. So what kind of data or what type of data can be represented through this area charts? Can the participants think of and give the example by seeing the diagram? What type of data can be represented through area charts? Maps. Good. Any other answers? I got map as one answer. Time series data. Yeah, good. Time series can be generated. Demographic data. Good, Olva. Good example. The sales data comes under continuous data. Sales comes under continuous data. Disaster, Kingsley, what you mean by disaster? It's a vague kind of data. So mostly I get the answer of geographical data. So your geographical data can be represented through area charts. The next, Sankey diagrams. That is different relations between different set of variables. That is Sankey diagrams. The next comes bar chart. Can you give example what kind of data the bar charts will hold or bar charts will represent? Stock taken over a time, okay. Population of a locality, okay. Age, comparison reports. What kind of comparison reports? Product sales, okay. Product sales of, the bar charts will give different product sale numbers. We can take like that. country distance, positive and negative values. Yeah, okay, good. Uh, I have shown you four type of charts. Which one constitutes to uh, multivariate data? Which one constitutes to univariate data? So univariate is nothing but single variable. Multivariate is nothing but more than one variable itself to multivariable. Can I get the answer? So from these four charts, which one will constitute to univariate? Which one will constitute to multivariate? Good. All are multivariate. All are multivariate. There is no univariate charts in this types till now what I have said. Okay. So univariate are nothing but only one variable is applied for the whole chart. Multivariate are nothing but multiple variables are being combined to provide more visualization terms. Okay, so these are the type of, just now we are entering into the type of visualization charts and graphs available. We are not into any advanced topic, that is what are the tools available, right? So when we know this only, then we will move on with the tools which will implement this, right? So the next is box plots. So box plots are nothing but they used to give a boundary kind of analysis for different type of data available, which is marked through X and Y axis. Yeah, one question I had, bar charts can be used for univariate variables, but mostly bar charts are applicable for multivariate variables because for comparison, we compare between age and height like that. Okay. So box plots are used for that. The next comes scatter plots to know where the cluster of data available, these scatter plots are being used, right? To analyze the cluster group of data, we use scatter plots. The next is network graph. The network graph is nothing but provide a graphical analysis of how the data are interconnected. Basically, network graph type of charts are being used in node connections in your networking concepts, that is wireless networks, right? So that kind of data can be analyzed through network graphs. The last one, bubble charts. These charts are mostly not used. So as we saw before, pie charts, bar charts, column charts. So these are the different type of charts available, different type of visualization types available. This we are taking into the type of tools. Okay, so next comes heat map. Heat map is nothing but we are comparing the correlation between two variables in a two-dimensional array. So two-dimensional array is nothing but 2 × 2 matrix like that. Okay, so when analyzing the correlation part of variables, we go for heat maps. So these I will get into deep in the demo session. So just know what are the visualization types available. Next comes the pie charts. So can anyone say how the pie charts, where it is used, what kind of applications, real world applications the pie charts will be used? Percentage per category. Okay. Saurabh, when the demo comes, you will get to know what type of charts where it is used. Fractions, good. Percentage. distribution of items in percentage. Maximum, it is more percentage, fractions, and ratio based. So these are the type of data which can be used in pie charts. Okay. The next, histograms. This we would have studied in our school age itself, where these histograms can be applied. So what is the difference between bar graph and the histogram? We have seen what is bar graph. Now we are seeing what is histogram. Yeah, very good answers I am getting. Histograms will give the frequencies. Bar graph doesn't give the frequencies. It just compares. We get the comparison only in bar graph. But in histogram, we get the frequency of the values which is done. Yeah, histogram can be used for continuous data. Good. So bar graph is separate. Yeah, good. Histogram is joined. So histogram is for distribution of numerical data. So quantities across different categories. Good. So group comparison is done through bar graphs. Standard. So this is about your histograms. The next comes violin plots. Can you ever guess where this violin plots can be used? Have you seen these type of graphs? I give an example. These type of graphs can be analyzed in your when you go record for yeah, good hospitals. That is vague. In more precise way, we will say it as ECG, EEG signals, or MRI scan, or CT scan. When you go for these kind of brain signals, will be generated. So that signals is done through your violin plots. You have a very good example of earthquake. Good set point comparison in control systems, health measures. Good, good. So that type of data will be visualized through violin plots. The next is 3D surface plots. So these 3D surface plots began to evolve when the civil engineers started using the computer as a tool for visualizing their models. So basically this being meant for the civil engineers or the engineers who do construction purposes. And this also being applied further for the mechanization purposes where the design engineers will see the model in a abstract, right? So 3D surface plots are basically given for designing a model and visualizing the model as a whole. So next comes the word clouds. This is also a kind of visualization wherein we give certain words and form as a cloud. So that also give a visual clue what is all about all these words. And the last one, tree maps. This we are not using it, but basically there is also a type of visualization part, which is tree maps, which segregates into parts. So as a tree, right? So these are the different type of visualization charts available in wherein we can implement this using Python. So these charts can be implemented in any kind of languages, which is we see in Word, which is we see in Excel, which is we see in PowerPoint. So how this is being visualized through Python. So there are some libraries available. So the first comes your Matplotlib, the next is Pandas, The next is Plotly, Seaborn, ggplot, Altair, Bouquet, and Pyguide. So today we will be see about Matplotlib and Pandas along with Seaborn. Plotly, ggplot, Altair, Bouquet, and Pyguide are more advanced versions. If you know only about Matplotlib and Pandas and Seaborn, we can work with Plotly, ggplot, Altair, Bouquet, and Python. So they are more advanced versions. So today we'll see what all these, and we'll move on with the demonstration of Matplotlib and Pandas. The first one, Matplotlib. Basically, Matplotlib will provide 2D visualization. It is just used for plotting using Python for 2D visualization. It was released in the year 2003 by Python itself. It is most widely used plotting library and it works in multiple platforms. It does not work for a single platform. It can be used in any platforms. And in Python scripts, it create plots. Whatever charts we have seen, it does this. It create plots, bar charts, pie charts, histograms, scatter plots, error charts, power spectrums, scene plots, all kind of things are being done. This is done. These is capable of working in multiple platforms. Okay, so this is the basic thing which is used widely. Okay, so this is the basic tool. Matplotlib is a basic tool where we get easier understanding of how the charts are being displayed, right? The next comes Pandas. The next library which is available in your Python is your Pandas. So it's an open source library. We can use it wherever, whenever, however. So it provides basic data visualization capabilities as such of Matplotlib, data structures and functions. Matplotlib does only for plotting. Pandas, what it will do, it will arrange your data, manipulate the data, and then the plotting will happen, right? So Pandas does both data manipulation and data visualization. So through the data frames, your data will be converted into data frames. From the data frames, the data will be analyzed. Based on the analysis, the plotting will be made. The data what you give is called as a raw data, right? It's used for data manipulation. Basically, it is used for data manipulation. Further, it was extended to data visualization. It integrates Matplotlib. Pandas has Matplotlib inbuilt in it to provide visualizations. So this is about the theory parts, the concept-oriented ones. Once this is over, we will see about the demo session. You'll get to know, you'll get to visualize how Matplotlib and Pandas works. The next comes your Plotly. So it's again a combination of JavaScript and Python. So Plotly is working on JavaScript, which is a pure web-based visualization. So it has 40 types of chart types. It's also a free open source library, and it's also includes one plotting thing which is not common to all this contour plots. The next comes Seaborn. Matplotlib's advanced version is Seaborn. Matplotlib does a basic visualization. Seaborn does the advanced visualization and the complex visualization of Matplotlibs. Yes, Skip, and I understand. I will get to it. So Matplotlibs does the basic one. and Seaborn does the advanced one. See, one question I got from Shaira Jalekha that Matplotlib does only the basic operations of plotting, but rather Pandas does the operations of both manipulating the data and also based on the manipulation and analysis, the data visualization is done. Okay, is it understood? Hope so. So it can create bar charts, pie charts, histograms, scatter plots, error charts in an advanced way, in a more visual way, which builds more visual cue. It is data set oriented plotting, whereas Matplotlib is based on raw data plotting. That's the major difference between Seaborn and Matplotlib. Matplotlib does data set processing, but it takes some time. So only we used to say to the viewers or the participants or the students to go for Seaborn kind of visualization, wherein we can get more visual clue than we get through Matplotlib. So the next comes ggplot. It's an R language based library. It's a high level API, which you just know what it does. So we don't want to get into more into this. So we'll just learn how Matplotlib and Pandas are working. It's a multiple visualization component. It's not a single visualization component. It also does these kind of things in a multiple way, and it's worked well with Pandas and data frames. The next is Altair. This is also one kind of visualization tools. Here you can save it and interact with the data visualizations. It's a statistical data visualization a library, and it is does require only minimal coding, where Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn requires more coding kind of things. Altair require minimal coding. There's no coding kind of concept, and it is based on the language called as Vega and Vega Lite. So this Altair is being included from the Python version 3.6. Before 3.6, Altair version is not available. The next comes Bouquet. It's also one kind of data visualization library. Why I am moving from these as fast means these tools are more advanced version. I gave you more explanation on Matplotlib and Pandas. So that is what today's session is all about. Okay. So Bouquet is also a data visualization library. It also provides interactive and detailed graphics for datasets of any kind of size. Basically, it is used in HTML and JSON, and it's based on the grammar of graphics like ggplot. And it provides interactive web plots, and it's of 3 levels. It quick plot creation, controls the basic building blocks, and also full customization of the blocks or visualization is done. The next is Pygal. Pygal is nothing but it's also a data visualization library. It is embedded based charts, which is similar to Plotly and Bouquet. It can be embedded in web pages and viewed in the web browsers. Basically, it's a web-based visualization library. So the difference between Pygal is it gives us SVG, support vector graphics. So where we can incorporate other kind of data into it. So it's high quality without losing any clarity. So these are the type of tools. I'll just stop with this. Now we are moving on to the demo session. Hope you would have had the theoretical concepts of what are the charts available, what are the data which can be converted into charts, how the charts are being used in Python. So now we are moving to the demo part. So for that, I request the attendees to download this data set, which I share through the chat box.
Before you get into the practical part,
Yeah, ma'am.
there were two basic questions I was looking at. So one question was to asking how to install Python,
Yeah,
those people
ma'am.
who are getting started with. Another question was like, what is the meaning of API, or what is API means? So I just want to give them a small introduction meanwhile. API stands for the Application Programming Interface, where the interface will be acting as a programming part for you to type the program. So if you can just guide them also where they can do the programming part, at least 5% of the people will want to understand how to start with the Python. Maybe 95% people already know that.
Since this is the advanced version of the webinar, the previous version of this webinar, this is the third one on the topic of Python. The previous versions, we gave them a lot of instructions on how to install Python, how to use Python. So hope the participants are aware that how the Python can be installed and it can be utilized.
Those who are struggling with installing, they also can go for online part of Python.
Installation. Yeah, Python. See, one basic thing, ma'am. This visualizations doesn't come in online kind of things. That is, they have to do through only Python software or through Google Colab. So that
Google Colab.
I'm
Yeah.
able to.
So
Yeah, yeah.
those who have not installed, they can go for Google Colab and parallelly try. So I
So
think,
I'm just sharing the Google Colab link also. They
please.
may require Gmail login to log in into the Google Colab.
So I just want to inform all the participants, those who don't have the yes, Jupyter, you can definitely use. Those who don't have the Python software, they can go for Google Colab with their Gmail ID. Those who have carrying Gmail ID, they will be able to log into Google Colab and try parallelly with us on the hands-on, or later you can try by looking at the YouTube links, which is provided to you already
So
in
I
the
have
chat
shared the
box.
Google Colab link. Also, I am sharing the dataset link. So please download the dataset link because the chats will move on. Now I am sharing the dataset link. So keep download and keep this dataset link. I will say when to use this dataset link. PyCharm does the data manipulation part. Sairaj, it doesn't do the data visualization part. So the data link is shared.
I am already once again pasting the data link, which you can use later. Yeah.
So this is the basic data set which is being used by all kind of researchers to know about what is matplotlib, what is pandas, how the charts are being generated. So if you don't know anything about matplotlib also, take this data set. So the data set is all about a flower which is of three types. So we will get into it. So now I'm moving on with the session. I'm sharing the screen. Is the screen is visible, ma'am?
Yes, the screen is visible. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. So as we started off with, the data visualization tool. I said it as Matplotlib. So Matplotlib does the basic plotting. So we can visualize how the raw data is being transformed into a chart. So you for the Matplotlib, hope all have opened the Google Colab, open with your Gmail account and go select new notebook. It will open a new notebook. Uh, if you are trying to do along with this, it will take time. You just see to it how it is being working on. So to use Matplotlib, we have to import it since it is a library. So I'm importing it as matplotlib.pyplot, which is a Python plot, as I'm giving it a name. This is called as allies. And I am using NumPy because I have to generate the values. So this, which is being already, we have discussed in previous webinar. So NumPy is nothing but it's a kind of library which is just numerical operations. So for that also I am giving a name. I am generating 2 points, x and y points. So np.array. So this is a continuous value, 1, 2, 3 to 8. And y points are generated from 3 to 10. So to plot these 2 points, I'm using the method called as plot. So this is the method used, plot. So it has two parameters. One is x value, another one is y value, right? So x value, this denotes the x-axis values and this denotes the y-axis values, right? So once this is given, the plotting will happen. Then after the plotting is done, we have to show it. So that is done through plt.show. Plt is nothing but the name given to the matplotlib. So once that is done, it will throw a graph like this. It is just a simple line graph, which is the continuous data. I'm representing the continuous data through this line graph. Right?
Manideepak, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. Some messages
Yeah.
are coming up. Your screen is not visible. Just to make it clear, the screen is already shared. I can see the screen, but I'm not sure why some people are not able to see the screen. Can someone confirm? I am able to see the screen.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. They are able to see them because their side issues might be there.
Yeah, sorry to bother you. Continue, please.
Yeah, ma'am. Okay.
Mr. Deepak, can you please, like little bit zoom out your screen?
Yeah, okay, sir. Since it was, is it okay now?
Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah, is it okay now?
Yeah, now I think it will be visible to everyone. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, then this is about the line chart, a basic line chart. The next, as I said before, Matplotlib can be used for, the line charts can be used for univariate and bivariate. This one represents bivariate, two variables, x and y. The next one represents only single variable. Here, I have made a difference. Can anyone point out what's the differences in the plot? Can anyone see what's the differences being made? Yeah, the second parameter I have used marker. So this denotes I am indicating some values. So that can also be done in your Matplotlib. So see here, the x value is not being given. The x-axis value is automatically assigned based on the y-axis values. Okay, so this is how Matplotlib automatically reassigns or generates these kind of data. So this is one kind of plotting. The next comes. The next type in your matplotlib. Same, I have taken the same thing. I have changed the line style a little. Here it is, by default, it is solid line. But here it is dotted line. Can you find the difference? So I have changed the line style to dotted. Here also you can change, give the marker. Marker equal to O. If I run it, you can see the marker is also assigned. Done. So this is another type of plotting your values. Again, if you want to give labels to your graph, so we can do that also. So I have given an X value, Y value. I have plotted it. The plotting is being done. Okay. So I am giving the title as sports watch data. You can give any type based on the data what you have. This X label will give the X-axis name and the Y label will give the Y-axis. The X label is given as average pulse. The Y label is given as calorie burnage. So grid is nothing but it is used to provide grid. If I doesn't give, doesn't show the grid. This is the grid. In a graph, you have a grid, right? If you want, you can, or else if you don't want to present it. It doesn't show the grid. The grid actually it is used to point the exact or accurate data. For that only the grid is used in a continuous data. See, this is about the basic data plotting in matplotlib. The next comes creating subplots. Okay, so I have generated two values X and Y. Here I have generated two values X and Y, right? So I am creating a subplot. This one is the plot one. I'm converting it into two plots. Plot one into two plots of one dimensional. Right? Okay. Two plots are there. This is the first plot and then the first question. Again, if you see the second plot, this is the plot index. Two plots are there. I'm giving the plot index, plot question as 2. So this will be plotted in the first subplot and this will be plotted in the second subplot. This is how subplots are being created, wherein we use this term function called as subplot. So the basic or the major advantage of using Google Colab is you will get to know what the function is when you type it. That property is called as IntelliSense property. You will say it as IntelliSense property, where you get to know what the method what you are using. If it is being by default, it is available, it will show. Or else if you are typing it wrong, it will throw an error the same time. Right? So this is about creating subplots. The next come scatter plots. In matplotlib, there is a method called as scatter. So it will display scatter plots as a scatter. So the method just plt dot, if you give it as plot, it will plot as a continuous data. If you give it as scatter, it will plot it as a scatter plot. Right? So the next comes bar chart. For bar chart, again I am giving X some value, Y I am giving some value. To generate a bar chart, I am using a method called as bar. All these parameters, all these methods have two parameters. One is the X value, another one is Y value. Okay. So by default, the bar value is assigned as 0. Okay. So here X values A, Y values 3. So that is being marked here. So this is how the bar charts is being plotted. Right? The next comes histogram. Histogram can be generated what kind of categorical data? For numerical data or categorical data? Histogram is generated for what kind of data? Numerical or categorical data? First, you give the type of data for which the histogram can be generated. I'm getting its mixed reactions, numerical and categorical. Basically, histogram is generated for categorical data. In that, it is generated for nominal data, not for ordinal data. Okay. So randomly, I'm generating the values. So I'm using random and normalizing it. Okay. I'm normalizing it at the value of 170. So this is the normalization value. The interval is used as 10 till 250. I'm generating the value from 170 to 50, and 170 is the normalized value I'm showing. So to plot this, I'm using a method called as hist. It will plot the histogram like this. And the last one, it's about your pie chart. So I'm giving a value for a variable. I'm using the labels for the variable, right? This we call it as list. Okay. And my explode is nothing but to move and show or to extract it and show, right? So I want to extract apple alone. So I'm giving the value as 0.2 here. If I change it to 0.4, it will again explode it in more way. So the color I'm giving, I'm using the method called as pie to convert it into pie charts. It contains the value, the labels, the explode, shadow, I'm giving it as true, and the colors using the my colors. So it can have these kind of parameters. See, the pie has the actual value, export, the labels, the distance, the label distance, shadow, the starting angle, the radius, whether it is counterclockwise or clockwise, text positions, the center position, frame, label has to be rotated, whether the normalization has to be done, all these can be given. So here I am using these four parameters. I'm giving the title for the legend as, so for plotting, we are giving the method called as legends. This legend is nothing but to show what is what. That's it. Okay, I'm giving the title as 4 fruits. So here, if you see, I've given it as 0.4. Now, if I run it, so it is being pushed further. So that's the difference. So this is all about your matplotlib. Combining this matplotlib with pandas will give you more visualization on the dataset part. Matplotlib is just for raw data analysis. For dataset part analysis, we go for pandas. I'll just open the pandas. For that, we have to use the dataset what I have shared already. So with this pandas demo, the session will be over. So keen on seeing how the pandas works. So like Matplotlib, pandas does what I said. It does data manipulation and data visualization, right? So first we'll see how the data manipulation is happening. So for that, I have to use import pandas as PD. So I'm giving the data set through this. It's a dictionary value. So to convert this into a data frame, pandas will act as convert the raw data into a data frame. For that, I am using data frame method. So if you see, the cars and the passings has been generated as columns, and the values are being accordingly given or are segregated. So if you want to generate a series in pandas for the values, you can give the index for the series. Here by default, if you see, the index value is already assigned. If you want to specifically give the series values, you can give the series values. Okay. Now, the major part of your data visualization is reading a raw data from a data set. So for that, you have to mount your drive. Here you can see the folder symbol. Just click it, you will get the files. It's connecting. So before that, you have to run this code from Google Colab. I'm importing the module called as drive. I'm mounting the drive. So if I run it, since I have already run it, it will throw already run it. It will take quite some time. If your drive is too heavy, it will take time, or else it will run within few seconds. So it will ask for permit this notebook to access your Google Drive files. I'll give connect to Google Drive. It will ask for which drive to use. You give all your accessibilities. So it says drive already mounted since I have run it already. You come here, you can see the files no. Go to content. There is a folder called as drive. This drive is your drive where your data is being stored. So before that, you have to store your data set into your drive. So since I have used Colab, I had in my drive Colab notebooks. I have saved that notebook data set in this notebook folder. You will get that. You want to copy this part, just click on the three dots. You will get a menu, copy the part, keep it, right? Now I have to load this data set. So for that, Matplotlib is not useful. It is only used for raw data analysis. For complex data analysis, I have to go for Seaborn. Seaborn is also a kind of Matplotlib based visualization tool. So for that, I am giving a name. So through a variable, I am calling, I am getting the data. So through pandas only, I can get the data. So pandas, I have given it as PD. Okay, PD dot. This type of file is CSV file. So PD dot read underscore CSV is the method. As I have copied the path, just paste the path here. Okay. Now I have read the data. I have to see what data it is. If I give head, it will return only the top 5 values. So it contains these columns: ID, sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width, and species. So this data set is all about a particular species. Okay. So head will give the top 5 values. Again, I am giving a function called as information. This info method will give what are all the data, what is the type of data, what are the how many values are available. That kind of information will be given in this. Right? The next comes describe. What this method will do, it will generate the values, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum value, the 25% value, 50% value, 75% value, and the maximum value in that particular column of the data. Right? So this is all the basic things about Seaborn. The next comes contour plot. So through Seaborn only, we can generate the contour plot. So SNS is the variable I use, dot contour plot. Here I have the column name as species. So I'm giving it as species. From where the species to be taken? Data is equal to iris. Iris is the data which is being assigned. So after generating the contour plot, I'm just displaying it. Okay, so this shows the count plot. How many count of data is there? So in each species, 50 counts are there. So total 150 values are available. So this is one type of visualization using Seaborn. The next comes the scatter plot. The first one we saw is count plot, the number of values available in a particular column. Okay. The next is scatter plot. As we see in the matplotlib, same. X value is sepal length I have given, the column name. Y value is the sepal width. Q is based on the species. There are three types of species now: Iris setosa, Iris versicolor species, Iris virginica. So based on this, the scatter plot will be generated. You see here, we can see each one is being given one color. Iris setosa is being blue color. Iris versicolor is being orange. Virginica is being green. From this, we can say the sepal length is lesser when compared to sepal width. The sepal length of Iris setosa is lesser. Another Iris versicolor and Iris virginica, sepal length is higher, sepal width is lesser. This is how the scatter plot will give a visualization clue. The next comes the scatter plot with different type of columns. This is about petal length and petal width. There I have given sepal length and sepal width. Here I am giving petal length and petal width. The same happens with petal length and petal width. From this we can conclude petal length of Iris setosa is lesser, petal length of Iris virginica is higher. Okay. So next comes pair plot. Pair plot is nothing but will give all kind of charts and we can visually see what all about the data set is. So I am dropping the ID and using the species to generate the drop method is used to drop a particular column. For that only drop is used. Axis is one axis, height is 2. Okay, so it gives sepal length versus petal width, sepal length versus petal length, sepal length versus sepal width, sepal length versus sepal width. So this is how the pair plot generates. So next comes subplot. As we see in matplotlib, here also the subplot is possible. So axis 0, 0, I'm setting it as sepal length. Histogram is generated for sepal length. This is axis 0, 0. Next is axis 0, 1 is sepal width. For the 0, 1 is sepal width. Axis 1, 0 is petal length. The petal length histogram is generated. Axis 1, 1 is petal width. Petal when with histogram is generated. So like this, we can generate n number of plotting through your matplotlib combined with pandas and Seaborn and see how the data, raw data which we have as a CSV file, which can be generated into a visualized part and get the visual interpretation of the tools. Hope so. This webinar would make you think of the data in another way, and you would have got the knowledge of how to visualize the data through Matplotlib, Pandas, and Seaborn. I thank UniAthena for providing me this opportunity and delivering a session with a lively demo on data visualization part. Over to you, Shantina.
Thank you so much, Manideepak sir, for this wonderful session, interactive session. And I could see that all the participants were eagerly practicing the entire session along with you, and many faced some problems. And I request all the participants to practice this again with the links provided, and the YouTube link also is provided with along the data sets. So it will be really helping you to learn more about data visualization. We cannot go more slowly in this session because we had to conclude this entire thing in 1 hour plus time. So thank you so much for everybody to joining the session. We will just talk about if you can share the PPT, sir.
Yeah, it's
We
shared now.
will talk about UniAthena. I will just give some introduction about UniAthena, how, and I'm sure you all are aware about the courses. I request all of you to check UniAthena website, and also I will brief you about the courses that will definitely benefit you ahead of your career. Manideepak sir, can you close this and open the PPT once?
Ma'am, it is
Your
PPT is
collab
being,
PPT is not shared now. If you can
yeah,
share that. Yeah.
Just a minute.
So we at UniAthena offer you many short courses which will be free of cost. So online free short courses are available in our website. Also academic courses which are very much affordable. So I will just brief you about on that. We at UniAthena offer you diploma courses, basic courses of data visualization using Python, basics of SQL statements and indexes, and essentials of data visualization. So based on your knowledge from the basics till advanced, all the programs are available. Short courses will be free of cost, and also we provide essentials of data visualization and diploma in SQLs for beginners since to the advanced level. Uh, who will be looking for, or for whom this will be more benefited? We will see that in the coming slides also. As you can see, we are around the world. 600 plus online short courses are available. 220 plus diploma courses are available. No cost to be paid for learning the free courses, that is short courses. Definitely, I request all of you to try them. And there will be 5 levels of learning, that is from the beginner scratch level till the advanced level and master level courses. We do offer one module, 2 module, and multiple module courses, depends upon your basic qualifications and other requirements. So the basic courses will be 4 to 6 hours. That means you can understand in 4 to 6 hours you are learning a new topic, new technology with UniAthena, and I'm sure that you will enjoy the learning platform, which is of video lectures, and the same thing will be provided to you in reading format, as well as short quizzes will be provided for you to understand your level of knowledge after watching all our videos. So it is very basic, and you will enjoy at your convenience, whichever part of the world you are in. You can just enjoy it with your help of internet and a laptop. Next slide, please. There is no classroom as such, so the learning will be at your convenience. We have partners body, which you can see below we have mentioned. It will be valid around the world, suited for those who are mastering the basics and want to deepen their understanding. who will be offering you the certificates. It is not only learning, we also give accredited certificate from the universities like Cambridge University. And can you just move? We have a partnering body about the top level expertise practical skills from the industry. And Excel also is there for data visualization. So all your requirements will be benefited from the website, which you can just go through at UniAthena, www.uniathena.com. So as I mentioned already, 5 levels of learning will be there. We will also conclude with the certification body in the coming slides, please. Yes. So here you can see majorly these short courses and the certification courses are accredited with Cambridge Qualification UK and Acacia University Professional Development from US. So these are the major qualifying bodies. Also multiple other bodies are available in our website. So I request all of you to check our website and gain knowledge about UniAthena more. Also, we have a number of learners, they have commented that also you can just browse in our website. Thank you all for participating in this webinar and staying till the end. Many queries were coming about the free participation certificate. Those who joined from the beginning and stayed till the end of the session, definitely you will get a participation certificate of the webinar. So you will be receiving an email in your email address. You just have to fill the form to get the participation certificate in your registered email ID. So do check your emails to complete your formalities to get the free certificate. Thank you all for joining. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Ma'am, shall I leave?
Yeah, you can leave, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Akshay, are you there?
Ma'am, you can close this meeting, the webinar.
Okay. Thank you.